Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the third episode of the TBA podcast. We're back in the live again. It's your boy Ironic 13 with the man himself, Bad Ape Stan,
Kia ora.
and our man Z Confusions, Mr. Laker himself, Ty.
Hello, Laker gang, go Lakers.
Oh, what a sad moment in NBA history. The Lakers won their 17th championship over the depleted Heat. Any thoughts, guys?
GG's.
GG's.
To be honest, me and Stan were actually talking about like we want a competitive game.
Yeah.
It didn't go to the wire that way.
Yeah.
Until, like,
yeah.
the last, like,
I mean,
minute and a half of the
I mean, yeah, the Lakers just blitzed them, like from the start. Like it wasn't even like the Heat were just beating themselves, low key. Like they missed so many open shots and turned it over so many times, and it was just like.
So I had this go after game 5, right? It was a very close game, and Jimmy played. He only didn't play 43 seconds or something like that. They said. So he basically played 47 minutes at the end of the whole game. And after that game was over, they beat the Lakers. But I was sitting there thinking, like, one day's rest for Jimmy to come back. Like, how this whole team, after a crazy game like that, like, how are they going to be feeling? Because I knew that, like, obviously LeBron and
exhaustion
AD
right there,
and people.
bro.
You what?
That's exhaustion right there.
Yeah, so that's kind of
like,
what
straight
I
up,
think.
Like, you're gone.
They put everything they had into game 5, and game 6, it was almost like their tank was empty. You know what I mean? Like they gave everything in game 5, because even the Lakers gave them a good, like, game 5 was a really good basketball game. Like,
Bro,
that was a really good basketball game.
I was just thinking literally today. I was like, Game 5 is probably like one of my favorite basketball games in recent memory. Like
That was a really great basketball game, and it took both teams really giving a lot. And not to say, like, I think that the Heat really gave, like, all they had left in the tank, and I think that the Lakers just had enough left. I mean, they'd been there before, and I think that. I mean,
They got
yes,
the
we played hard in
experience.
game 5, but I think the experience. I think they knew that, like, okay, if we lose this, like, we still have game 6. Like, I don't know. I feel like when AD got hurt, right, like in game 5, he went out for a little bit because he was hurt and everything. I feel like if it's not game 5, and if we weren't up 3-1 and potentially just about to make it like 3-2, or like even though we could win, obviously, I feel like he would have just been right back in the game and not really cared about an injury. That's just how I feel. Like in game 6, I feel like that's more so how our team was operating, and that's why the Heat kind of operated like that in game 5, because they had to. I mean, they're down 3-1. They have to win. So I think that they really just exhausted themselves out. Like Irron said, they just, had nothing left in the tank.
I mean, to
They were
be
just
honest,
done.
like, this is what happens when you don't have another reliable scorer besides Jimmy on the team.
and when your second best player is injured.
Who was it?
Bam, yeah.
I mean, Bam would give you decent minutes, but I guess, like, who would be your other scorer that will drop you 20 points?
I mean,
Besides
at the start of the
Jimmy,
playoffs, it was like Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, but
And well, also the thing is Goran was hurt for most of the series, and he came back in game 6, which, not to say that like that played anything in it, but I think that, like, I don't know, I think that they were already playing well in the series how it was. I think Goran should just try to stay at, like, I mean, I get that he was their second scorer, but I feel like sometimes when he was getting in the game, sometimes, like, you could tell that he hadn't played 5 games in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell that he was out for a few games and, like, wasn't really in basketball rhythm.
games 1, 2, and 3 in our second episode, right? Right?
yes.
Yes. So 4, 5, and 6, right? Yeah, that was 4, 5, and 6. I felt that it was kind of difficult for Miami to ever come back. I had hopes for them to come back and make this series into a very, very interesting series.
I'm glad that we had Game 5 because like
I'm glad
from a basketball standpoint, like that's like like I said, they just gave it their all, and it's like nothing else they can do. So it's kind of like a fitting end to the run. You know what I mean? Like because like they physically can't do anything else.
But the thing is, it's a sad like realization that the fact that like there might be a chance that Miami doesn't come back to the NBA Finals with this team.
But I mean, no one expected them to even get to the finals in the first place. So
I know, but
so you can see that as being a dub right there. You know,
it is a dub, but I feel like it's gonna be a sad realization that they're still gonna be a mediocre team. by the start of next year, because of the fact that like they'll double or triple team Jimmy, and they'll live and die if Tyler Hero or Duncan Robinson make shots, because of the fact that like if you really think of it, they're both just spot up shooters. Duncan Robinson can maybe attack the basket, but the man missed easy fucking floaters during game 6.
The Heat, I think, are gonna look a little bit different next season because you have a few people whose contracts are expiring and are really only kind of like there to like Jay Crowder. I don't know how long Jay. I think Jay's might expire this year. I could be wrong on that.
I think Jay Crowder is still
Andre
under
Iguodala
contract for
too, I
like a
think, is up. So I think that their team's gonna look a little bit different, and those players are gonna be more mature. I think that the Heat, they're gonna be good for a few years if they keep.
They'll be good for a few years, but I feel that like they're at the point where they need more.
They do need more. They do need more, but also I think we're not forgetting, but like Tyler Hero's only a rookie, so it's like next year could be a lot more. Like Donovan Mitchell, he had a damn good rookie year, but then his second year he really broke out, and then people were like, ooh, Donovan could be kind of crazy, and now he's kind of, don't get me wrong, Donovan Mitchell's a damn good basketball player. He's still one of the best in the league, but he's not like, but his second season was like where he came out and was kind of like crazy, and the Jazz came out and they like made a little playoff run a little bit too, like because he was just going off that crazy. So not saying that that's just going to happen for Tyler Hero, but I think that now that they're a little bit more mature and Duncan has 2 years under him and a full like playoffs like this, even though it was the bubble and everything, I think that they come out like, more mature.
I feel like the Heat are the favorites to win the East next year now.
I would believe that, but depending on where Giannis lands and mostly all these like,
I mean, it also kind of depends on the Celtics as well, because how much does Jason Tatum grow? How much does Jaylen Brown progress? And like maybe do they get like another center that can fill that role? So
I mean, I heard rumors that the Celtics are interested in Miles Turner on Indiana.
And who?
Indiana, Miles Turner.
Oh, Miles Turner.
I mean, that's a great fit, but what are they going to give up? I mean, you have to throw in what? You have to like put in Marcus Smart, I'm guessing.
I mean, Jay Crowder's a free agent this year.
He's not going back to the Celtics.
That's what I was saying, is the Heat are going to look a little bit different depending on who they add and who they bring back and whatnot. The Heat are going to look a little
Well, the Heat have space from, is it a max slot this year or next year?
I think Goran is done. I think Goran is not.
I think Goran's gone too. That's another one I was forgetting. Goran's contract's up, Jay is up, and I believe Iggy's too.
Iggy, yeah.
Vets on the team.
Because I remember there was rumors of the Heat signing Giannis. Like you've seen those rumors, haven't you? Like for like.
But Giannis is still under contract.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's for next year. That's why they're like, I think there was those rumors that were like saying that Miami's freeing up all this cap for like for the 2021 free agency.
No shot. Milwaukee will let Giannis walk. No shot.
But I mean, he's
they will probably trade him or something.
Sign a trade. I mean, he's an unrestricted free agent, so I mean, ultimately he can leave.
The thing is, they can sign a trade, but that's up to the player. I mean, AD didn't do that for the Pelicans. He wanted out and he was ready. Like CP3 has done signing trades because he's always left cordially and just like agreed to be going somewhere. So he's like, okay, like I'm an important piece here and I know this, so let me do a sign and trade. Let me give you some value for me leaving because da 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 da. But I mean, CP3's a rare guy. Sign and trades don't really. I mean, they do happen. Don't get me wrong. But Giannis or like the AD situation, there's no sign and trade that happened there because AD was tired of not winning. Which I think in my eyes, I think that if Giannis does end up leaving or anything happens there, it just becomes that situation where he's just like, okay, we can't get over the hump. I'm done with you guys. Either trade me now or I am gone in the offseason. Peace, peace, peace. And so we made.
My question is like, what happens now for the Lakers since they have this chip? What's next?
Just keep the team the same, run it back, bro.
I don't think this team. To be honest, if they do run it back, I don't think this team will be this cohesive.
The only thing that they can change is probably like the bench. And like one or two different bench players. That's all I can realistically change. Like maybe like Markieff Morris isn't there next year, Danny Green isn't there next year. You get like someone else that's kind of similar in that role. Like, that's pretty much.
I was gonna say you might see us try to make a move with Danny Green, but no one's gonna pick up that money. He's $14 million a year, so
yeah, he'll be. I mean, he might get bought out, bro. He might even get bought out at this rate. by the end of the buyout market next season, he might be bought out at that point, bro. I mean, who knows? Maybe he comes back and has a good season. You know, you just never know. Like players do. Like I've seen, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I feel like there are players that like veteran players where they like have like a really off season when they're older and then like come back and bounce back a little bit better. You know, I mean,
it's gonna be weird, but I could see Danny Green going to. I'm not obviously he's still under contract with us, but I could see him being a player like how I say the Heat's gonna look a little bit different. I see a player like Danny Green going to the Heat because they already have young shooters and somebody that could like coach them in just different aspects.
The memes about to go to Miami, bro. Danny Green struggling for them, bro. Hell no.
It's like 2021, bro. The Miami Heat versus the Lakers. Danny Green's wide open in Game 7, misses. Lakers win.
Lakers win.
Dude, it's so funny, bro. He misses one shot, and like NBA Twitter is just blowing up. Danny Green, Danny Green, Danny Green. Like, dude, he can miss one shot.
I mean that. I don't know if I told you guys this. I explained it to some. Oh, I explained it to Chris. You guys know Chris. He basically told me, he's like, Danny Green has to hit that shot. And I was like, no, don't get me wrong. I totally agree that Danny Green has to hit that shot. But right before that play happened, I literally knew. When I saw, okay, so Danny Green wasn't in the game. Vogel calls a timeout. We do we make little subs, right? We set up our little offense. Who's coming in? Danny Green is now subbed in. He hasn't been in for a little bit. So you see him, Danny Green's a little bit older, okay? He's stretching, he's getting ready, but he hasn't been in the game for a little bit. So I'm like, literally, as we're going into the game, going into that play, I'm like, okay, Danny Green is just now checked in. He hasn't been in the game in a little bit. If the ball gets in his hands, I know Danny Green's a shooter, but I am nervous about him missing the shot because he hasn't been in the game in a little bit. He's not warm. I just didn't think he was ready. And then, fast forward 30 seconds, he gets the ball. He's wide open, and he short shot the hell out of that shot.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day,
almost airballed it, and I just was like, I felt like deja vu. Like I felt like I saw it because I felt it about to happen. Like I don't know why or what, but as soon as the ball hit Danny Green's arms and the shot went up, I instantly you could see as soon as it left his hands that it was short, but I felt like I'd already seen that before. I was like,
dude, for me, I saw the shot and I was like, okay, he missed. Like, fair enough. Like you can't make every shot. But when I saw Markieff Morris, when I saw what he did, that's when I was just like, what am I looking at?
I believe I can fly.
Like, what is this? Like, how can you do that?
For the audio listeners, we're talking about Game 5 or what is it, Markieff? It's Markieff, right? Yes, Markieff Morris had the ball after Danny Green missed a wide open three.
Has LeBron wide open on the corner, has Danny Green open behind him, tries to lob it to AD and just literally throws it to no one, just out of bounds. So
yeah, I don't know why. Yeah,
and not to mention he was wide open himself. So
no, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. He was open for like half a second.
He had people closing in, but he could have taken a shot versus do what he freaking did. Stan has a point.
Like, okay. To be honest, I understand you know what's probably happened. What it looks like what's happened is because he gets that board, and they know that there's like 6 or 7 seconds left, so he's not ready to shoot it because he knows that No, I feel like it was 6 seconds. 4 or 5 seconds. Like he knew that there was he probably needed to make a pass to either AD or LeBron or a shooter. That's what he needed to do. And then he just didn't see. He got tunnel vision. Didn't see. He saw AD and he was like, "Oh yeah." And then he just
and he rushed it.
Yeah.
Because I felt that he probably thought that AD could grab that ball and make an easy layup and get the Lakers that win.
That's what I'm saying is he rushed it because he wasn't thinking about the fact that even though he did throw it to right here and AD had his hand up here, so it's like maybe AD could have done that. He was getting boxed and pushed, so it's like that's a hard catch. That's why AD didn't even really go after it because I don't even know if AD thought that was a pass to him. AD kind of went I don't even know.
It just wasn't a great pass at all, but
it was supposed to be a pass to him because it was so off. You know what I mean?
It was tough to watch, to be honest, because you just seen Danny Green as a Laker fan. You just seen Danny Green miss all season long. You see him miss now, and you're just like, and then you're like, okay, but at least you got Bron. Get the ball to LeBron. Just let him chuck up a shot. He probably make it, and then he doesn't get it to him. He's just out of bounds. When that happened, I literally turned off the game. I was just like, yeah, it's done. GG.
The thing is, I appreciate the fact that LeBron doesn't get overly frustrated his teammates if they miss shots.
You know, he does get frustrated over.
At J.R. Smith. in the NBA Finals.
If someone doesn't play defense, this man's running down the court screaming at them, like questioning them, and like
He's so hypocritical because he's so lackadaisical in the defensive end sometimes too, and you're right, he'll get mad on like defensive mishaps and issues, but it's like, LeBron, I watched you stand there and do nothing. I watched you stand there and do nothing.
I reckon if you said that to him, he'd be like, "All right, do you want to show me game? I'll show you Game 7 in the NBA Finals if I can't play defense." You know, when he blocks Iggy, he just got that on repeat. He's like, "You want to talk about when you're playing defense? You want to talk about that's what he's saying to like Caruso, who makes a defensive play, like."
See, like, okay, and here's my thing. Let's pretend he didn't. Let's pretend you are LeBron. Asked me that question, all right, Stan? Here's how I'm gonna analyze it. You still, and this. Okay, let me make this clear for everybody listening and watching. I'm not a LeBron hater. I love LeBron. I got Kobe stuff, but LeBron's on this one, and I got LeBron jerseys. I love LeBron. Okay, but on that play, still, yes, he got the block on Iggy, but he slowed down because he wanted that damn block on Iggy. He could have played better defense. Not saying the block isn't great defense. He could have gotten in front of Iggy, slowed him down, and stopped the fast break like we're all coached to do. But he's LeBron damn James, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna test you real quick." Okay, and he did it. Don't get me wrong, but he could have sprinted and he could have stopped the fast break, bro. You know, could have.
All that matters is that he did it. To be honest,
Exactly. So,
Well, he brought a ring to the Tinseltown. That's the good thing, at least.
I mean, he's brought a ring to 3 places. So, shout out to LeBron.
and wait, was it? I saw somebody said that. What was the stat? He was like the first player to win. Like, oh no, he's because Kawhi. I remember everyone saying Kawhi is gonna be the first player to get 3 NBA Finals with 3 different teams, or whatever.
No, that's Danny Green.
Finals MVP.
Oh, Finals MVP.
Yeah, and then like everybody was saying it was gonna be Kawhi. You know, he's gonna go back to back, and then LeBron. Now actually, no one actually realized that he was about to do this great thing as well because we're just like overlooking LeBron all the time. You know.
Appreciate the fact that the Lakers had a quick turnaround though, from like being a non-playoff team to like a champion in like a year span. Even though they had to get rid of fucking Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram.
I mean, we got a D. That's what
Mate, they had to trade their future for this. Like half of their bloody future is gone. I mean, they still got some of the future because by the time AD's regressing, you'll have hopefully. I say hopefully because the Lakers haven't been so great at developing young talent in the past. But
I mean, Caruso's decent.
Oh, I'm talking about that photo that I sent you in the Discord.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about the Ryan Kellys of the world and the Robert Sacres of the world. We ain't going back to that ever. All right.
Bro, Wayne Ellington, bro. Wayne.
Bro, people literally like I'll be walking on the street and like here in New Zealand, like basketball's not like people are like, oh, you play basketball, that's cool. It's never like I couldn't go have a talk with a random stranger like we talk about because they won't understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'll be down there and then they're like, fucking. I actually forgot, bro. I literally forgot what was in my head. It was actually something like as well. I literally just forgot as I was talking about.
No. They were. Oh my god.
I need
they were
to
probably talking about some sports, bro.
Bro, I literally just
But
forgot.
I don't know.
I literally just forgot.
The thing
Oh,
is,
sorry. No, it's because the Lakers. Everyone's like Lakers. Oh, you support the Lakers. You're a bandwagon fan, right? Like you're just supporting the best team. That's what they say. And then I'm like,
bro, they say that.
No one says it about the Charlotte Hornets or even the Chicago Bulls. They're like, everybody knows those teams are not like.
Yeah, but the thing is, they do that for the teams that are doing well.
See, yeah. So if the Bulls are doing well, everyone would be like bandwagon. But like, but like I'm saying, Lakers are always they could be bad, and people just assume they're good because they're the Lakers.
Yeah.
That's what people do here because they're not actually like they don't watch that. They don't watch it as much because it's not as popular over here.
It's the biggest name they know, so they just assume you're bandwagon. They're like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's like I'm pretty sure like some people don't realize that the Knicks are just like absolutely terrible and like have had like the worst front office ever and just had so many problems. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They traded Kristaps Porzingis for fucking Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. hasn't done anything right now. That's the thing about like the NBA. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, when people say that, when I tell people I'm a Lakers fan, I'm just like, and they call me bandwagon. I'm just like to them, do you know about Robert Sacre, the goat from Gonzaga? Do you know about Ryan? Do you know about Ryan Kelly, the next Dirk Nowitzki, mate? Do you know about this? These are all things that people said about these people. Okay, bro, our best player was Wayne Ellington for like 3 seasons.
I thought your best player was Nance at one point.
That was way after this, bro.
I was gonna say that's not the same point.
Like, hey, to be honest, the best. I don't know if you remember this name, but Xavier Henry is probably the best player on that team. He was probably the best player, and then it was probably KCP because he got there around that time too. Loki.
Kobe was still playing. Kobe was
KCP.
still playing.
KCP got there what in like 2016, 2017? I want to say.
Yeah,
A year or
KCP
two.
has been the long.
Yeah.
So he played with those some of those not with like Ryan Kelly stuff. He played with Lonzo Ball and like the season before that. I can't even remember with like D'Lo. He played with like D'Lo, didn't he?
No, because D'Lo was number 1 and KCP was number 1.
Well, I don't even know. Someone could check it out when he comes in, but I'm pretty sure it's like 2016, 17.
Came up a year after D'Lo.
He's the longest tenured Laker at the moment, isn't he?
At the current moment, yeah.
Because the fucking Lakers can trade D'Angelo Russell and all these fucking first round like lottery picks for players that are completely and utterly useless.
Bro, they traded that to clear cap for LeBron. That is why they did that trade. Because they had Timothy Mozgov.
No, I understand that, but like trading D'Angelo Russell for who was it? Who did they get?
Literally,
for D'Lo?
that says enough as it is because we don't know what they got off the top of our heads.
Bro, I'm fucking.
But they have to do that trade because they gave what Mozgov like. I want to say did they give Mozgov nearly 20 mil a year?
Mozgov and
Luol Deng. Those two got massive contracts.
Yeah.
And then they had to trade Mozgov to sign LeBron to kill the cap. They didn't have enough cap room.
Bro. You know what the trade was? It was D'Lo and Timothy Mozgov for Brook Lopez in the number 27 pick.
Oh, that's what it was. That's when we got Brook. That's right.
But he was on a 1-year deal, wasn't he? So that was expiring, and that's the Lakers did that because they must have known that they got LeBron. Like they were going to get him. That's why they must have known. Like looking back on it, it's easy to say that, but we didn't realize at the time. Yeah.
They're freeing up to go after people in free agency and get them to come to Lakers because. Yeah.
My question is to you, both you Laker boys, is once LeBron retires and AD signs that contract extension, what happens next?
They draft Bronny Jr. and then he carries on the legacy.
What happens if What happens if someone picks up Bronny Jr. before you guys do?
You trade away all your players again.
Trade AD, bro.
You get 4 like young players that have potential and just trade them away and say see you later. We're gonna.
To be honest, I feel that the Lakers are a team for the now and not for the future, and it's gonna be hard for that team to recover in the next few years.
They've always been, but those teams have always been like that. They always want to be competing no matter what.
I know, but like it's kind of hard to see the you'll have like a great like moment. Say hypothetically speaking, the Lakers win 2 more championships, right? Like you're pretty much gonna be like championship, and then you're gonna be a lottery team for the next like 4 or 5 years.
I mean, we don't know that. The NBA. I mean, AD's got. You'd think at least 4 years left in the tank of being like an all-star.
But do you think AD would last? Do you think AD is gonna be okay with being stuck like he was in fucking New Orleans?
I mean, it's the Lakers. I'm sure they're gonna find something, bro. Like some sort of free agent or like. I mean, 2021 isn't 2021 literally like the most loaded free agency class? Like, isn't like Harden a free agent? Giannis, like Paul George, like all these people can be like free agents, and like Chris Paul. Like all of those people, like literally, there's so many good players in that free agency class. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's like that one from like it's gonna be like that one from was it last year or 2 years? 2 years ago, right? When Kawhi got traded, that was like there was like I remember the free agency was better than the season. Like I keep like I was like looking at my phone, just always waiting on my alerts. I'm like, yo, Woj, yep, nice. Thanks, Woj bomb. You know, and everyone's like, this is lit.
I mean, I don't know what you guys think that there'll be a big trade to change the NBA landscape so much in like a year's time.
I mean,
who's the biggest name out there that's going to be traded in the highest probability?
And what time frame?
In a year.
A year, as in like by next summer.
By next summer, basically. Yeah.
Giannis.
Bro,
I wouldn't
I
take
don't think he's gonna get traded. I
I don't
think
think he's
by
traded.
that point he's already gonna be on his new team. I think. And then, bro, to be honest, I feel like the biggest name was like someone like Bradley Beal. To be honest, and the next year, someone like that. I don't know. Maybe Devin Booker is probably another candidate, or even like maybe
I feel
maybe
that it'd
Cat.
be-
Cat could be another one. All these
No,
players
I
that
feel that it would be D-Book first. D-Book first would be the first domino to fall.
Someone needs to trade for D-Book because he's gonna. Now
I
that we're
know.
mentioning,
I know. There's rumblings between Buddy Hield moving too.
huh?
Buddy Hield. I know.
And
I know
who?
you.
wait,
don't.
whoever the Suns trade Devin Booker to, they better be getting like like 6 first-round picks because this dude's about to be like, you know, he's literally gonna be like the next like star shooting guard basically. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's gonna be him. It's gonna be him, fucking Luca. Who else is a top shooting?
I don't call Luka a shooting guard because he plays basically any position 1, 2, 3.
True, but he's a primary.
As a forward like LeBron,
A 4.
point forward.
Oh, I was about to
Point
say
forward.
it's kind of weird how the like things have just changed. Like,
Yeah, he's like I would
like
list him,
like he can play power forward nowadays. You know what I mean?
he's
Like,
small, but like he plays like a point guard. He's your pick. Like if you're doing a pick and roll, he's your pick, not your roll. So therefore, I call him a point forward.
hey,
You know what I
not gonna lie, I'm actually looking so forward to watching Luka. Like,
Bro,
like
to
as a
be honest,
basketball
like,
fan, I'm literally gonna sit there and just like I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be sitting there watching my friends, and we literally just gonna be sitting there just like, this is the shit. Like this dude is just an absolute savage.
Bro, basically he's the man. He's gonna be the man of the NBA. That's gonna be like your LeBron-esque player right there. Cause who's in the pipeline? Maybe Zion.
I mean, Giannis.
Yeah,
it'll be him and
yeah.
Giannis, I guess.
Him,
With-
Giannis, and then D-Book if he makes the playoffs again ever in his fucking career.
Hey, I think Bam's gonna be pretty solid for most of his career as well. It seems like, you know, he's
So
Yeah.
he's gonna be our modern day Shaq, is what you're telling me.
maybe I wouldn't go that far, but you know,
Just say.
I know we're kind of off topic. To
I mean,
whoever's
maybe
listening, but,
more
like,
Bam's more of
we
like
like
a
basketball so much.
DeMarcus Cousins type of player, you know.
Bro, the man DeMarcus Cousins will never win a fucking chip. Fuck that guy.
No, but like I'm saying, like he's got like the skill set sort of similar to DeMarcus. You know, he can actually like dribble the ball, pass. He can basically do it all. Like I mean, he doesn't shoot threes.
He's not
So,
as strong because Demarcus used a lot of his strength.
yeah,
And,
I mean, Bam's pretty.
like,
Bam was
he was
matching
also-
well with AD before injury. Yeah, he's a good player. Like I like
yeah,
Bam.
yeah, Bam's a damn good player.
I
You
I
know-
like how he's really versatile. Like, bro, the amount. Okay,
Yeah.
I can literally see the Heat. All they do is just run handoffs. Like it's like, all right, you know what we do? Bam, you just come to the top, and then someone handoff. We'll see what happens. I swear to God, that's what Eric Spoelstra's just writing up. Hey, it's like,
Oh, bro, we forgot about fucking what's it called? The Atlanta Hawk player. I forgot his name.
Trae
Trae
Young,
Young.
Trae Young. Yeah.
mate, he's not gonna get traded.
I-
The Hawks are gonna make a
No,
trade for someone.
No, not trading, but I'm talking about like the next few stars in the NBA.
Oh, yeah, Trae Young. I mean, if he carries on, he's gonna be like, he's
Bro,
what
to be honest,
we basically got the next like, because like Trae Young's kind of like Steph Curry is. Luka's kind of like LeBron is, like in a way, like they play similar, they have similar numbers, and then you
D-Book
got.
is fucking Dame Lillard.
Hey, I like how you said Bam is gonna be the modern day Shaq, but isn't Giannis technically the modern day Shaq in a way?
No. I would say that Giannis is more fuck.
That their numbers are so similar, bro. Like literally, look like especially the
I know,
field goal
but-
percentage and like the way that they like. I'm not saying because Shaq was different. Like he didn't dribble or anything. Like he was totally different. They're both totally different dominant players, but they kind of if you like dumb it down to the like simple, they both score at the rim. They both shoot a high percentage at the rim, and they don't shoot outside.
And
Giannis
you're,
is too unique to be. Oh well. Would
I
you
mean,
say
the thing-
would he be Vince Carter?
And if you think about it, he's just as tall.
No.
I'm not gonna say he's just as strong, but he's pretty built. You know, he's got great strength and he's agile, and that's kind of like what Shaq was at that back at that time as well. Like
and
I'm
like,
gonna get hate for saying this, but like I'm not saying
fine.
they're the same player. I'm just saying they have similar styles. Like their numbers will look the same because of that. Because they're both dunking a lot, both laying it up. You know, they're finishing close to the rim.
play a big physical style. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And he's good on defense as well. I mean, he's defensive player of the year, wasn't he, this year?
That's what I'm saying is like Shaq and Giannis both like if you see them sitting in the paint like they block a lot of shots like you're feared of that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they do.
Wouldn't Giannis be more like Hakeem? Hakeem the Dream.
Hakeem was too silky, bro. Like this dude's like you get this man in the post, and he's gonna just beat you every single time. You ain't gonna know what he's gonna do. Giannis, you know what he's gonna do, but you ain't stopping it.
Yeah, Giannis uses his brute strength and athleticism, whereas Hakeem it was like magic. You're like, oh, Houdini did what?
After this game, I'm literally after this, like we finish recording, I'm literally gonna just watch Hakeem highlights. Just of this man, like, literally, it's just gonna be like literally just like this man's got like all these fakes out of the like literally things I've never seen before. Right? Like
You should watch Iverson too.
You what?
He should watch some Allen Iverson too.
Allen Iverson is good too.
To be honest, like I feel that like the biggest trades that are ever gonna happen in the NBA, like in the next few years, is probably gonna be either Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid get traded. Either fucking Jaylen Brown gets moved, and D Book is either traded to some other good team. But I don't know. A lot can happen.
There's a few candidates, but it kind of we got to specify what biggest trade means because
no, like I
like
feel
for instance, trading Devin Booker to one team might not be the same as trading him to another team. Like he might
I know, but
they might
but this
depending on the
changes
player on the fit.
landscape. Like say if you trade D Book to the East.
But I mean, we don't know.
Yeah,
but at that point, free agency could have happened. There could have been like another smaller trade. Someone could have got injured. All these things could play a part. So we don't actually.
I'm thinking of that could actually get traded as like Aaron Gordon from the Magic. I mean, he's not like
he's
Mate,
not well
okay,
known
okay.
to be
If
like-
the Magic were gonna trade him, they would have already. They would have done it already, man. They've been sitting on that man for years, waiting.
Bro, everyone's sitting on fucking Mo Bamba. The man hasn't done anything. Mo fucking Bamba, bro.
I don't know.
Wait, who's their other center that they drafted? I know they drafted somebody before Mo Bamba.
I mean, they got Vucevic. You're not talking about him, right?
No. Magic centers.
Well, I mean, you can probably list like 6 of them. They have so many.
Yeah.
I still remember when we could have a whole episode on the Magic too if we really wanted. Like, bro, we could have a whole episode on the Lakers back when I was talking about those players. You know.
I don't
Shannon
know.
Brown?
I feel that like because I know they're gonna say the NBA season's about to start in January again for 2021. But
In January, that's a short
yeah,
turnaround.
well, they missed already. Like they're probably gonna half that season. So
I was about to say, surely they're just half it.
yeah, they'll half the season and still probably play in the bubble.
I mean, I'm down for
No,
that. I like watching bubble games. Not gonna lie, it's kind of lit watching the bubble games. Like it seems like the plays that they make are more powerful without the crowd like saying shit. You know, like or like when someone's at the line, people are booing. Like I hate that. You know, like these dudes are just playing a game. You should just respect that. You know. And like I don't know like you know when you and like LeBron and like Jimmy were going at it. I just felt like so much more real because these two like legit were just competing as opposed to like you know all the outside noise of all the fans and even like the I mean I don't know the refs like I guess the refs kind of let them play didn't they a lot as well like they often
Not really, no.
I mean
Not really, no.
it was bro I mean if you watch it there's always physical shit but yeah you're right I mean the refs always gonna cause shit
Bro, the refs call like some stupid ass fouls and I'm like good.
It's just you know what gets me. It's just when they go to the table and the review just to look at like a flagrant when someone's running by and it'll be like this, and then like it's like flagrant 1, 2 free throws and the ball and it's just like why? And worse off, it takes like 5 minutes as well because they have to look over it 600 times for no reason. And then they get what is his name, Steve Javy. He's just like, oh, what do you think on the job, Steve? And he's just like, as you can see, the players made clear contact on the ball on the player's forehead. So this is indeed a flagrant foul. And then it cuts back to the commentators. They're like, oh, I agree fully with what Steve says. Excellent job. And I'm just like, dude, just get on with the game, bro. Like.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I was listening to Van Gundy just ready to sock him in the head sometimes during that game because like on that one the Jay Crowder foul or where Jay Crowder fouled LeBron and his elbow hit him in the face, Van Gundy's like, that's an offensive foul. I don't know how that's whatever the hell he's saying. I'm like, did you not see Jay Crowder like wrap him up and then LeBron's kind of like going like this and like he didn't mean to elbow him, like yes the elbow hit him. He's like, well, by rule, like I think that's an offensive foul versus a defensive foul.
Dude, I've resorted to listening to games without commentary, and I just like play music, bro.
Bro, it's funny though.
Like
for the meme,
I mean,
bro.
I don't know. I'll put it on when like it's the end of the game. But like I just don't like it. Like I can't I just can't do it. They're always too like favoring because they probably have to as part of their job. They have to oh, the ref made the right call. They probably have to say they can't call it out, especially in the finals. They're probably not doing that. But like I just wish that the refs would just let them play, bro. It's like, how can you why are you going back and looking at something that happened in real time when these dudes are just playing a game and there's literally no intention? Like both of these players are like competing. You know what I mean? And it's a physical game, bro. Like I don't know, like. Someone was trying to tell me that basketball is a non-contact sport here. And I'm like, bro, have you played? Have you played, man? Like, you go match up against some 6'8" center. You tell me that shit ain't physical.
People say that to you. Here's what you got to tell them. This is what I figured out, because I've had that conversation with a lot of people, because people do say, what's the context? What is it, right? I played football. I played basketball. Basketball is a contact sport. People that will say that basketball isn't a contact sport, they think of football or rugby or these big contact sports, and what those are considered are collision sports, not a contact sport. Football, rugby, there's big collisions. There's more than just contact that happen in these, and soccer even, but mainly soccer, basketball, every sport is a contact sport. Even baseball is a contact sport. But football, rugby, these things that people would say are contact sports and would say that basketball, whatever, isn't. I mean, football and rugby are collision sports. Basketball is 100% a contact sport.
I feel that they also do that for hockey too. They're like.
Sorry, that's another. Sorry, hockey is a
dude. I've seen some of those games. That's a collision sport. These dudes are these dudes don't even go for the puck. They're just like, oh, there's someone there. I'm gonna smash him against the glass. And then it's just fine. Everyone just okay. People don't even care about it anymore. They're just like, oh, it's just a game.
Yeah.
I can't even go on the ice. They don't I can't even skate on the ice. They don't bloody go 400 miles an hour with a puck, shooting it around 7 people.
By itself and just
dude, those games are lit. Should we branch out to do the NHL as well?
I don't know anything.
I don't know. That's the beauty of it. We can just watch NHL and we can just talk about nothing we know about. We just talk about random. There's nothing nonsense.
Bro, let's talk about fucking chess, bro. I got you.
Chess.
Fucking chess or checkers, bro. I got you, boy.
What's
man?
Among Us? Among Us is the modern day chess. Okay. You think I'm wrong? It's about strategy. Come on now, it's chess.
You're not wrong, but what's the odds of the Lakers winning a championship next year?
Favorites in the West.
No. And then I know you're biased, but unbiased.
Unbiased, okay.
I need an unbiased opinion from both of you.
I don't know what the exact odds would be. Unbiased, we're probably the favorites because we won, and that's what people do every year, and our team's going to look very similar, or at least the LeBron and AD will, so people put us at the favorites. If the Clippers stay together, we might be the second odd. Who knows because people tend to like the Clippers right now, and people don't reward back-to-backs, but people tend to think sometimes that people won't go back-to-back. I think the Warriors one year, even when they were the best, came in this season at number 2 power rankings, and they gave the number 1 to LeBron and the Cavs, but then they ended up being the worst not the worst, but the worst team that LeBron had that year. I think that was the year that they ended up
Like the
with the whole
fifth seed, whatever,
Fucking
fourth
D
seed.
Rose, Jay Crowder.
That was the one. That was the like when it really became
Isaiah
like
Thomas.
really
Yeah,
like that was the year when LeBron really like where the meme started like properly that he owned Toronto. That was that year.
Yeah.
Like when he hit that like one-handed, just like, bro,
Yeah.
this man that literally you could just clip that like and just vibe like I'm just vibing like because he's just like he wasn't just vibing. He was just like running and he just like I'm just flowed and just chuck this up and it went in.
I don't know.
Hey, who's
the
okay?
East is-
Have the Clippers announced their next coach? Have I just missed that?
No, not yet. No.
So, I mean, I guess depending on that, and depending if they make trades or sign other players, the Clippers are going to be there. I think the Clippers, regardless, if they keep their team together right now, they'll probably still be like top 4 at minimum. Like like I mean, I don't know. I guess they'll probably get like, see, okay. I've been so confused because I feel like the Clippers and the Lakers at the start of the season, I've got them reversed. I thought the Clippers were going to be the team that just like rips through and like wins the chip. And then the Lakers were going to be the team that like kind of like needs another year to get ready. That's what I thought it was going to be, but it's been completely opposite. Like the Clippers,
I mean,
the Clippers were like that team that like they're good, and then they just like fell apart at the end. And then
I thought that it was going to be kind of just how it happened. Like, I knew that the Clippers could potentially get there, but I thought that because the Lakers were more veterinary and things like that, that we didn't really need that.
I mean,
year to gel.
I initially thought the Clippers were a lot deeper. At the start of the season, it looked like they were a lot deeper. But I guess
I thought they needed a year to get it all together because I figured they had kind of too much. Like they're gonna figure out. I think this offseason, like kind of like what we say, what the Clippers are gonna look like next year. I think they're gonna have to get rid of a piece here, a piece there, and have less names potentially to build it together. Because like I don't know, I just feel like they did not mesh well this year. Not that like they were the worst meshing team by any means, but they didn't mesh that
bro,
well.
it was strange because like like because
Because
like like Montrezl Harrell, he was the 6th man of the year, right? And he had like an amazing regular season. Got to the playoffs, just like didn't work. Like Lou Will was playing okay in the regular season, got to playoffs, just did nothing. Even like Paul George was like great or like pretty solid all year, and then got to the playoffs and they just didn't do anything. So like even Kawhi, I mean, low-key struggled in the final like games. Like he was like not his usual like self. So
That's the
that's
thing,
why I
though.
think they need another year to like.
I
get it
guess so.
together.
Well, I just had it wrong. I had them flipped. That was my initial because I thought it was gonna
That's
be
the
like,
thing, though,
bro.
when it comes to, like-
My prediction at the start of the year was like Clippers in 6 over the Bucks. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
That's the thing, though. Like when you look at it on paper, like you're gonna be like names, and then stats of last year. But you never really know how these players play in any given year. They could struggle. They could have a down year. They could have like the best year of their lives.
Unless you're the Warriors from like 4 or 5 years ago, then it's gonna be good every year.
Yeah, but the thing is, like for the Lakers, I was like, I expect this team to be contending. Like
Yeah,
a
they're
lot.
contenders.
I would have thought that they would be.
They
bounced in the
are
Western
one
Conference.
piece away for sure.
Yeah, I thought that they would get bounced in the Western Conference
So
Finals. But
should we end up on what teams we think are contenders next year? Should we pick 4 teams that are contenders, 2 from each?
2 from each.
Yeah,
Top, for both conferences.
Yeah,
Or like
two
basically the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah.
Yeah, two each. Oh, I guess we can do Eastern Conference Finals. For each.
No, because we have to see who the matchups are for the end.
Yeah. I mean, I think the two like early, bro. This is early predictions. Early like way too early, like predictions.
I mean, yeah, it's been a day since the Lakers won a championship.
I think the
just so
top 2
everyone knows
teams. I think
who
the top 2
teams.
teams out of the West will be the Lakers and the Clippers.
I would probably flip that and make it Lakers Golden State, depending on how well they do that this year.
I think that next year it is. This is gonna be weird, but I think Lakers, Golden State.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think the
interesting.
Clippers-
That's interesting with Golden State.
Yeah, because they have the second round. They have a second overall pick, and then they still have Andrew fucking Wiggins. And they still have Kawhi.
I'm sticking with the Clippers. I think.
Clippers. I just don't.
The Warriors are going to be right there, neck and neck. I think the Clippers will get.
The thing is, depending on who their coach is, then you'd probably be like Clippers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm just going to stick with that because I already said it. So, but if I'm wrong, It was the Warriors, right? If I'm wrong,
There,
it was
there,
the
there
Warriors.
is a video of this.
If it's wrong, I'm the Warriors, and I was with you guys. This whole
He
time.
said if it's wrong on the Warriors. That's fine. My
East?
East, I'm gonna go Celtics.
Celtics Heat.
I agree. I agree.
I would probably go. I'll probably go Heat.
Bulls?
Nets with KD and Kyrie.
Oh, I forgot about the Nets.
Are you the Bulls?
No,
Make-
no Bulls.
Making a push for 4th seed next year, or
They're probably gonna be fucking 8th seed. I believe that they'll be 8th seed.
Yeah, Wendell Carter Jr. about to take the next step, brother.
Yeah. I
Bro, I
mean,
forgot
it
about
could it could be different.
The Nets,
We could
the
prob-
Nets. I think the Nets will be alright. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the KD and Kyrie combination.
I mean, they have
Dude.
Steve fucking Nash as their coach.
Dude, I think the Nets are gonna be.
They're
sorry.
gonna be a fast
I'm
team,
thinking
no
the
lie.
Nets Heat. The Nets are gonna be better than the Celtics.
But what about KD coming off his injury?
Bro,
KD
you have
coming off.
Steve fucking Nash, bro.
Is he gonna be that dude that's like? Is he gonna be KD? You know? Is he gonna be KD?
It's still KD. Yeah.
I don't know. He's gonna be like the Golden State OKC KD. You know? He's not gonna be that guy. Or even the
I
Golden
mean,
State
he is
KD.
31. He's about to be 31.
You just need the score. You don't need the athleticism. You need the shiftiness and the scoring ability. And him and Kyrie matched up.
So
having both
so
those
Kyrie's
scoring
gonna be the go-to option.
At first, because KD's gonna be coming off the injury, so KD's not gonna be coming in. But then I believe once it gets established and they're all playing out there,
Hey, this is gonna be people are not gonna agree with me, but I'm not a huge Kyrie fan.
I'm
And
not
neither am
much
I.
of a Kyrie fan either.
I will give him. He is probably one of the best like in-game like ball handlers ever.
Yeah.
Dude is amazing, and like his finishing is amazing. But leading
Yeah.
a team is not his thing.
That's what I think about him and Russell Westbrook. I don't know if I've told you guys that before, if I've said that on a potty episode, or if I've ever told you guys that, but it's the same kind of thing I think of Russell Westbrook. I don't think Russell Westbrook is leader. I think he's better at being the second attribute to James Harden on the Rockets than he was being the leader of the Thunder. And same kind of thing with Kyrie. I don't think that Kyrie's
That's why I don't think the Nets can be better than the Celtics next
thing is,
next
like,
season, because Kyrie's
no,
gonna
no,
have to be that leader, because
No,
KD,
the
bro,
thing
you're
is,
telling me
like,
that KD is gonna come out not playing for what, like a whole
2 years.
season, and then he's gonna come out and just be like dropping like 30 a game, 25 a game, every game.
I wouldn't think he would drop 30. He would probably drop like 25.
I mean,
KD?
that's asking
Yeah,
quite
KD.
a lot of a man that's come off an Achilles injury who hasn't played the whole year. Like,
The-
to come out and immediately do it with a new team, with a new player, a new star, like alongside
coach.
him, a new coach, and like
Only
new
how
surrounding
into
players.
it.
I know KD is amazing. He's gonna be he's gonna be great. Like KD's always like just an amazing player, but he's not gonna be that. Like he's gonna be like, I don't know. He'd probably be. I mean, he could probably drop 20 by the end of the season, but he's gonna take some time to get going. I think
Ty, I
like
feel
going,
if
you
Steve-
know.
Ty, if I feel that like if Steve Nash makes fucking Kyrie Irving as a playmaker first and then a scorer, then that'd be a fucking GOAT team.
Well,
yeah, I feel
I
that.
mean, that's
Yeah,
dependent on
and that-
Kyrie, then, isn't it?
You what?
That's up to Kyrie, isn't it, to accept
I
accept
think
that role.
It is going to be Kyrie, like you said. If he's okay, he needs to be okay deferring. He's never been okay defer. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the comment he said, but he said that he's excited about this upcoming season or next season because he finally has a teammate that he feels like he doesn't have to take the last shot with, or like talking about KD basically saying like, I finally have somebody who I don't know if I should take the last shot or he could take the last shot. Like, we're both that good at in clutch moments or whatever. And it's like, wait. You were on a team with LeBron for a few years and he got you a championship. So people like ripped that comment apart and like really looked into it. They're like, are you taking a hit at LeBron? Like, is that what you're doing, Kyrie? And the thing is, I think that Kyrie really does like think like that. Like, Kyrie is like what you said, like we all aren't the biggest fans of him. And I think that the reason that I'm not the biggest fan of him, I think he's kind of like selfish. And I think he needs to realize that if he wants to win, if he wants to do certain things, he can't be so selfish and like individually driven. He has to be like organizationally driven. You know what I mean? I feel like he drives for himself and his like what he wants way more so than like what the team should be doing.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that-
Speaking of Kyrie, have you guys seen The Social Dilemma on Netflix?
No.
What?
The Social Dilemma
Social dilemma.
on Netflix. There's a scene in there with Kyrie. It's about like believing conspiracy theories.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
And I don't know if you've seen this, but it's like, you know, when he said the Earth's like he believes that the moon's flat or the Earth's flat, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like he's like, you know what he said? He said that he fell down a YouTube rabbit hole.
What the fuck?
Yep.
He fell down a YouTube rabbit hole?
Like he watched like all these recommended YouTube videos saying how like the Earth's flat and watched them all, and he said he believed it.
Yeah.
That's in that documentary on Netflix.
I feel that, to be honest, like Kyrie Irving is like Allen Iverson, but much more fucking.
Just like a hipster version.
Yeah.
He's like the hipster Allen Iverson, like he's from he's lived in Australia his whole life, you know. He's just like a bit of an outsider, you know.
But the thing is, like, you could see similarities between him and AI. They're both scorers. They try to lead their teams to the NBA Finals by himself, and then like
much to their own fault as well.
yeah. But that's the thing, like. I feel that Kyrie Irving is...
no one believed me when I said this when Kyrie went to the Celtics. It was like sort of around the first time, like, you know, the first few games when Kyrie was in Celtics. He put up like a few good games, and then I was like, I'm telling you, if you put Kyrie and Kimber on the same team, they're gonna probably have about the same impact. Because like low-key, Kimber like fit his role pretty well in that team. So like they're quite similar in that role, like. Because I think if Kyrie had like a better mentality, he'd like, you know, be like much better than Kimber.
Though, like,
but like,
because Kimber's been on a losing team for all.
Exactly. If Kimber was more
almost half his
experienced, then
career.
we'll be saying that Kimber is like more of like a clutch player, like a better like, you know, winning player than Kyrie.
Yeah.
But because like they both have their weaknesses, you know, like Kimber's got that inexperience, and then Kyrie's got his like, you know, like overconfidence.
He wants his own team.
Yeah. He's got a selfishness. So they each have their own weaknesses, but like they kind of fit the role exactly the same on the team. In fact, Kimber probably fits it a bit better, wouldn't you say? Because he's not, you know, taking away things from other players, and that's why I think the Celtics will get through, because Jason Tatum's only going to get better. Jason Tatum's like already basically like top 20 player in the league.
Bro, we're about to get shitted on by the people who live in Milwaukee, my guy.
We haven't even talked about Milwaukee. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess they'll be there because Milwaukee they're gonna keep Giannis. I don't think he's gonna go anywhere.
I don't think he's leaving either.
Where is he gonna go? Like, he needs to be the star of a team. He's not just gonna pack up his things and go to Charlotte. You know, he's not gonna go.
Bro,
he's not gonna go to
Chicago.
He's not gonna go to Chicago. I'm sorry, but he's probably not. You know, like why? Like why would he? What is there to entice him to these places? You know, Milwaukee have treated him well. I'm sure they're probably gonna. What's probably gonna happen? They're gonna work something and say we need to get these players, and we're gonna compete. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Person I see going to Chicago, if anybody, he's gonna suck saying as a Laker fan, but I see AD going to Chicago just because it's home. And
no, he's not. He's not leaving. He's won a chip.
I'm just saying he could. I think that I don't know if you guys saw the post game stuff last night. Did you guys see what LeBron was saying?
No.
So when he was getting his MVP trophy, the Finals MVP trophy, they asked him about him and his relationship with AD. So he basically starts talking about like how he felt like he's like, I know how AD felt because I spent X amount of years in Cleveland. You know, I felt like I couldn't get over that hump, and I just needed like something extra, like something else, someone, you know, not just do it on my own. I needed something to push me over this hump because I couldn't get over this hump, couldn't get a finals win, right? So I go to Miami, and that's what D Wade was. He's like, they were that extra help, like my push. He's like, they give me my championship ring, they show me what it's like to be a winner, to have championship mentality and all this. He's like, so now here's what I am doing to this guy. So like, I don't know, maybe I'm not that I'm reading into it too much, but like I can see AD taking the route of like, once LeBron's gone and he has, I don't know how many championships we're going to win, or if we're only going to have this one now, but it's like once AD has a ring and knows how to do it, maybe he wants to go do it for home too, because he learned how to do it with the Lakers, and the Bulls are going to have cap space here in a few years, and he might be joining somebody there.
Bro, put him on a team with Luka and fucking Kristaps, bro.
You what?
Put AD on the team with Luka and Kristaps, my guy. That's an easy fucking chip right there.
And Jokic. Jokic is the sixth man. Why not?
Yeah. No, Jokic is your point guard, bro. Enjoy that video and that podcast. Please follow us on TBA on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Peace.